Hello, my name is Kurt Elder of Energy Effects Fitness Consultants, and it's Wednesday, one day before Thanksgiving. So what time is it? It's midweek motivation time. So let's get some work done, shall we? We've all got a busy next 6 weeks. Today I want to share with you Holiday Success Plan 101. 5 steps I can guarantee will make your next 6 weeks extremely easy. But the first thing I want to do is I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone that's been watching the blogs, that's been commenting, that's been asking questions via email, via Facebook. I really appreciate the input because it lets me know what's working, what's not working, what's of interest, what's not of interest. If you have some questions out there, if you have some curiosities, you want some myths, some lies dispelled, please send me an email. Would love to answer it. Now, let's get on to the 5 steps that will guarantee you a successful holiday frantic season, shall we? For midweek motivation, the number 1 is you need to graze. Graze like a deer, not gorging like a bear. Now, I don't know or remember exactly where I got this analogy from. It might have been from my first coach. But he said, what do you want to look like? If your goal is to look like a bear that gorges and then goes to sleep, has these huge periods of time in between food, continue to eat like that. If your goal is to look like a deer, very lean, very sinewy, etc., then you need to graze all day long. So what I offer you as number 1 is grazing. You need to make sure that you eat every 3 to 3.5 hours. In some cases 4 if you have to stretch it. But you need to be grazing every 4 hours with a protein, carb, and fat, or something as close to it as possible. No processed foods, no fried foods, etc. Number 2, smash stress. And what I mean by that is make a list of what you plan to do that day or that week, so you don't go shopping, come back home and go, man, I was just by that store, why didn't I pick up such and such? Or come home at the end of the day and go, oh, I forgot to stop by. Make a list. It makes things a heck of a lot easier to keep track of. Excuse me, a little bit of a sore throat from yelling earlier. Number 2, don't sweat the small stuff. There's traffic, there's long lines, there's that individual that's ahead of you that insists on getting exact change like there's some kind of prize for it. Yeah, it annoys me too. Don't sweat it. Breathe. It's the holiday season. There's going to be a lot of people out. It's going to be very crammed. The best thing you can do is make sure you eat, take my word for it, graze every 3 hours. The second thing is to make sure you have your list and to breathe through the tough stuff because you can't do anything about it. The last thing I want to talk the last thing I want to talk about in smashing stress is make sure you plan something that you enjoy doing. Meaning bubble baths with yourself or with your partner, walking, working out, swimming, hiking. Do something that helps you get rid of some of that steam, that kind of takes you to a different mental place. And the reason I make a big deal of that is that oftentimes during this season, even more so than during the year, people use food as comfort and then wonder why they put on that 6 to 12 pounds during the last 6 weeks of the year. Keep control. Remember we talked about keep control of yourself. Plan activities that give you comfort. Don't choose food. A biggie here that most of us are missing, sleep. Number 3 is sleep. Getting your sleep. Meaning, you got to make sure you get your 6 to 8 hours. You can't miss it. You miss it enough, you're going to get even more forgetful and even more easily stressed by things that wouldn't typically have stressed you out. Another one, number 4, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be schedule some downtime. So though your stress buster may be making an activity to do something, also make sure you schedule time where you're not doing anything. You're just relaxing. The TV may be on, maybe it's not on. Preferably not. Hopefully the radio. Maybe it's actually walking to somewhere and sitting and being still. We're all so busy. This is a frantic time of year. Make sure you schedule some downtime. And if all else fails, I know it works for me. Number 5, the final step in having an extremely successful holiday season, be sure to be thankful. Don't worry about whether or not your cell phone has 3G or 4G capability, whether or not you have the newest Droid or the oldest BlackBerry. whether or not your car seats are heated. Remember, you have a roof over your head, hopefully hot water, food in your belly. I hope that you all are employed in doing a job that you like or at least can stand doing and feel good about making that contribution. So number 1, graze. Number 2, smash stress. Number 3, please don't forget to put yourself on that list. Schedule your downtime. Excuse me. Number 4, get that all-important sleep. Don't take it for granted, because it will make for a very long and painful 6 weeks if you don't get your rest. And finally, number 5 is, hey, just be thankful. So now go out and get it done. Have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow, and thank you so much.